Going back to my father's rule, I think it was a very different era in the Maldives. He did introduce modern democracy to Maldives. We didn't even have political parties before. We didn't have a system of separation of powers, if you will. So when he came in, Maldives actually emerged from a monarchy or a kingdom, if you will. So how it was governed was very different, let's say 30, 40 years back. So in the latter years, due to various pressures as well, but largely his own initiative to introduce democracy, he was able to bring in that change whereby he brought in different political parties and a lot of changes. He set up a Human Rights Commission. He brought in a new constitution separating powers. And it was with these changes that Nasheed came in with his political party and won that election. And I think my father showed an example to history by stepping back, and it was a very smooth handover of power, if you will. Since Nasheed came in, and I know he has also a lot of support from particularly amongst the youth, and I think he had support of the international community as well. Unfortunately, I think he was also not able to move beyond this party political divides to unify the people, and he failed to gain the support of the judiciary, and he didn't have parliament with him, and then my father was in the opposition, and things progressed from there. That led to his resignation, and then a new interim government came in. So I believe what you have said, that we need to draw from history and the lessons learned so we don't make the mistakes that we made earlier. But I think it's equally important to also not go into what I call a cycle of vengeance, whereby each government coming in is looking back and then coming after certain people, trials take place, you know. I think we have to start looking ahead. And that is important because we have currently seen a number of governments where this cycle of vengeance has been happening. As you know, former President Nasheed was himself imprisoned, and he was sentenced to a long sentence on terrorism. And again, we see a process where many are facing terrorism trials, including my father and my brother, and my brother-in-law also remains in prison. So I think we have to go beyond that, and I think we have to try and unify the people and then actually concentrate on moving ahead with the process of delivering to our people in terms of they need access to jobs. We have a very young population. We have huge social issues like drugs problems. We have women are facing issues. We have violence. We need more women in employment and also in politics. So the very real issues, environment is a real issue that Maldives faces. So I think there's a lot of work to be done, but a lot of time is going or has gone in terms of trying to, you know, attack each other and fight between the parties.